We're here to talk to you and preview the Cowboys-Bears game tomorrow night in Chicago. Before we even get into that game, let's just talk about Cowboys in general. The turmoil in Dallas. I mean, I don't know if you would say turmoil, but all the buzz going around Jason Garrett's job security, the players in the locker room. So let's just talk about Cowboys and where we think this team's going.
Yeah, it's been a tough season so far. It's not what we expected this offseason when we saw all the talent and we heard all the expectations for our team. It's been a letdown so far, and it's bad. And the coaching has definitely failed this season. There's no reason that this team should be 6-6. I mean, our staff put us in some bad situations this season, and many losses are on Jason Garrett. So
with all the talent we have, it's just crazy how we are 6-6. We have an 0-5 record against teams that have winning records. It's just crazy, and everybody knows last week with Michael. I keep wanting to say Martellus. Michael Bennett, when he was in the locker room yelling and screaming, and everybody thought it was something, crazy, but it really was something motivational. And he's talking about how this team should be better than what they are. And he came from winning teams.
I'm glad you brought that up, because exactly what you're saying. They're better from winning team, but it's like, why did they take Michael Bennett to do that? Where's the other leaders in the locker room? Mm-hmm. The guys that have been there for years. Like, why has nobody stepped up? Why did they take Michael Bennett to come in there and pump up the locker room after a pregame? Where was everybody? Where's all the other leaders on the team?
So this is my theory, and I think a lot of people think this way too. Is Michael Bennett obviously came from winning Super Bowl teams. He's came from the Patriots. He's come from Seattle. He knows what it is what it takes to be a winning team. And I just feel like everybody in that locker room is so shadowed by Jason Garrett's motto and the way he is and how he's just so mediocre and he's just so iffy that everybody thinks the way he does. I mean, for 10 years, if this is what you're being told and this is what you're being taught, and somebody pointed out on Twitter that, like, if you even just listen to the players talking to the media, they're saying the same thing Jason Garrett says week in and week out. We need to execute. Adversity. Like, they're saying the same thing he's saying. So that's what I'm saying, is that there isn't going to be anybody, because nobody's coming in from the outside looking in. Everybody's already in this bubble, and they're looking out, but they can't seem to fix what's going on in.
We've had the same problem for 10 years. We knew Jason Garrett. We knew his coaching style. We know what he likes to do. And this is the 2014 season and the 16 season. That's his max potential. That's what Jason Garrett can do for you.
Yep.
Right now, we're in a limbo, man. The Cowboys organization, we're not going to get over that hump until we bring in a coach that can, try to do his own thing. Like every other coach we have that we try to bring in, Jerry tries to take control of them. Like, you know what I mean? And that's why it scares a lot of it will scare a lot of people from coming into Dallas to become the head coach. Because right now, the reason why we've had Jason Garrett for so long is because Jerry can use him as his do boy. Like, he can't tell Jerry or the front office what to do. He just got to go out there and coach. But I believe that a coach should be hands-on with the roster. And that Buffalo game last week, there was a vibe about that game. Going into that game, I just feel like, I don't know if the players were giving up. I don't know if the Bills were just really that good that they could come in here and beat us up like that.
It's being outcoached again. It's like knowing Cole Beasley, obviously, he wants his revenge game. He has this hate against the Cowboys. But knowing that he's going to be a big factor, we didn't game plan for him either.
They did, but it sure didn't seem like they tore loose on the island all day by himself.
There was nothing that they did, and it's just crazy that the way that the Cowboys are playing, it's just crazy to think that with all the talent, and we have a number one offense.
And another thing you're saying about talent, everybody's always like, people say, some people are saying, the Cowboys have a lot of talent, or some people are saying they don't have talent. We have talent. We have a lot more talent than some of these teams are doing. The Steelers are winning with a third-string quarterback. I mean, come on, man.
Now,
we have the talent. The Cowboys, no way and no reason why we should be 6-6.
No.
The Cowboys' the offense alone is built really, really well, really put together.
And that, like we said, it goes back to coaching. If you look at the Steelers, no Big Ben, they don't have Le'Veon Bell anymore, they don't have Antonio Brown. I think Juju Smith is hurt.
Even Connor is hurt.
James Conner is hurt. So they're all their starting talented players
It's
are
all
hurt. Yet
about
they have
coaching.
a better record than we do.
Yeah, because Tomlin is a good coach. He can make the adjustments. God forbid we lose Dak for 2-3 games. We know we're going to go 0-3 because we know our coaching staff is led by Jason Garrett. He cannot make the adjustments to win a ball game.
Because they would fit Cooper Rush in to do what Dak can do, but Cooper Rush can't do what Dak can do.
You know,
normal coaches would just game plan with that.
Jason knows, Garrett knows he's done in Dallas.
Yeah.
I mean, against that Bills game when he went for it on 4th and 1 at his own 19 or what it was, 4th and inches, you knew he's in panic mode and he has to go for it now because it's Super Bowl or bust. Garrett's done.
And it's just crazy because I looked at the Seattle game on Monday. Like Pete Carroll went for it on 4th and 2, a fake punt.
In his own backup, in his own end zone with Minnesota.
And you wouldn't think he would have done that. Like a part of me was like, that would be. What if he faked it? And he ended up faking it. But you wouldn't think he would do that. And that's kind of also what makes him a good coach is because he thinks of what the opposite people aren't going to think. Like he's
he's a step ahead.
But the thing is, they also practice that they practice those types of situations. We don't practice anything like that. We just practice what we know. We don't try like, okay, maybe if this is a situation, let's try to do this. We don't practice it. They practice that play multiple times to get it right. But we don't do that. We don't. It's like you say we game plan, but we really don't.
We'll see what happens.
So let's talk about Cowboys and Bears. Bears and Cowboys are both 6-6. They're coming off. I mean, Trubisky's not having a really good season. Cowboys. I mean, you already see what our season's like. So what can we expect from the Bears? What can we expect from their offense versus our defense?
This is going to be a good matchup. We're going up there in cold weather. The Bears are struggling on offense. Trubisky took a step back this season, but they still have weapons there. They have Allen Robinson, Tariq Cohen. They have Montgomery running the ball well. Mm-hmm. So they have a good offense that can give our defense fits. For most part of the season, our defense has held up. They eliminated some teams. Last week was just a bad performance by the defense, though. Mm-hmm. Last week against the Bills, Josh Allen was back there. He could have just laid down and got back up and threw the ball. So, but yeah, it's going to be a good matchup with our offense, with their offense against our defense. We're going to have to get some pressure. I would like to see our front four get back to putting some heat on the quarterback. But I'm going to look at our matchups on their offensive line versus our defensive line. I want to see Michael Bennett, Robert Quinn, D-Lock put some pressure on
I want
him.
to see some takeaways. That's our biggest thing. We need takeaways. I don't know. Chris Richard, we thought he would have the secondary, more with it. So, everybody's just playing the player, not the ball. They're not, there's so many opportunities we could have takeaways. I think that's the biggest thing I want to see. I mean, their offense is ranked 29th. I mean, 28th in passing, 28th in
Trubisky's taking a step
defense. Back. Yeah, Trubisky's not. I mean, somebody compared his numbers to Tom Brady in the last couple weeks, and it's very similar. But the thing is what scares me is that even though their offense is not as great, they'll probably do something.
Yeah, our defense, we'll probably make Trubisky look like Joe Montana.
Yeah. So. And I mean, Jalen Smith really needs to get it together. He's struggling this season.
Our
linebackers, LVE is out, so that's a big.
Heath is out. Woods is out.
Pretty much.
Antoine Woods is out.
So that's a big factor on the run game too.
Yeah.
So let's talk about our offense versus their defense. I mean, they're ranked 7th in defense, and we're ranked 1st in offense. But I don't think the stats mean anything.
A problem that I have with the Cowboys this season is, yes, I'm happy that we're 1st in passing, but our identity is running the ball with Zeke and resting our defense. In 2014 and 16, Jason Garrett's successful seasons, the defense was not as talented as we have right now. But what we did well was we ran the ball, and we ran it a lot. Last week against the Bills, Zeke disappeared. He had 2 big runs on the first possession, couple of possessions. Not a hear from Zeke again. We didn't pay Zeke $90 million to become the #1 passing team in the league. Yes, am I happy about it? Yes. Am I glad that Kellen Moore's offense works? Yes. But that's not our identity. We paid Zeke all that money. We have the big offensive line Pro Bowlers up front. Let's run the ball and at will. Let's tire these defenses down so in the 4th quarter they have nothing left. That's our identity.
What do you see as the problem? Because I don't know. Is it Zeke and his running ability and him not making those explosive plays, or is our run scheme just not the same?
It's a both. It's both right now. The scheme though, I don't know what's going on with Colombo and that offensive line, but we're not the same as we were in the past years. But yeah, I like to see the Cowboys get back to pound that ball. It's gonna be a cold weather game. This is the perfect weather to get Zeke running downhill. Their defense is pretty stout. They've got some playmakers on there. Their pass defense is pretty good. They've got Fuller out there, and their pass rush is pretty good. They got Khalil Mack, Leonard Floyd. Those are guys that can get after the quarterback.
So I wanted to ask, do you think now that they're practicing outside after the whole New England game?
After the New England game.
After New England game, they're practicing outside. Do you think that's going to make much of a difference?
It will.
Do you think that will change Jason Garrett's scheme?
We're kind of in it. No scheme. It's just we're kind of in the element practicing in the cold, so that will help us. But Chicago cold is a completely different cold than Texas cold, so we'll see how they adjust to it. But this is a game where we need to get back to our identity. I mean, run the ball and keep your defense safe. You know what I mean? Limit Dak's throws. And let's just try to pound the ball and just maintain a balance.
We need to have the time of possession on our side. Yeah, the run game too.
I'm glad we're throwing the ball. We have their own offense. Dak is leading the league in throwing yards, passing yards. But that's not what the Cowboys have been, and that's not who we are. We didn't pay Zeke $90 million to have the number one offense, the number one passing offense. I want to run the ball and tie our defenses down. So in the fourth quarter, we just take over the ball game. Mm-hmm. The Cowboys offense against the Bear defense is going to be a good matchup. But I think we could take advantage with Amari on the outside. I mean Amukamara is not a good corner. We've got Gallup out there.
He's doubtful too.
Amukamara might miss the game. So
Trevathan's out. That's a big. That's a big injury for us.
I think it'll be a close game. Something's got to give because most of these teams are both 6-6. They're both fighting for a playoff spot.
So like you said, I think we need to get that run game going. I mean, they're giving up 95 yards a game.
Stick with the running game. Stick with it. Don't abandon it.
Stick to what we know, and I think we can do it. So we still have a lot of football. Not a lot of football. We still have 3 more games. We still have the Rams. We still have the Eagles, and we still have Washington coming up. So
the Dolphins beating the Eagles was huge.
Yes. But we still need to win this game, and we need to win out because the Eagles are trailing us, and the NFC East is pretty weak. I mean, we're gonna make it at
garbage.
Right now we're 6-6. Eagles are 5-7. So either it's a toss-up who it could be. But the thing is we need to win, and we need to just take control of football. Just take control of our team.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we got a couple games left. Can't give up on the Cowboys, no matter who's coaching, who's playing. We've got a shot here. Get into the playoffs. You never know what can happen. Yes, coaching has failed us. We're 6-6. We're underachieving big time. But hey, you get into that playoffs. Anything can happen. I believe in Dak. But I like to see some more of Zeke. I really want to see more of Zeke, and I want us to see him feed him the ball 35, 40 times. We paid him $90 million. He's young. We've got a good offensive line. I mean, we're going to be hurting without Connor Williams in there. We got Suafilo in there.
He's done a decent
job. A lot of fans are asking for us to put Joe Looney in that guard position. It makes sense. We could, try it out. But I still have faith in this team. I believe in Dak. That's the reason why. If Dak got hurt or something happened to Dak, then I would probably not have as much confidence as I am right now. But Dak's going to give us a chance to win.
Mm-hmm. Alright guys, so we would love to hear what you guys think about the Bears-Cowboys game coming up. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we will see you in our next video. Bye.